In unusual lessons from the babysitter news, 3 kids have been found unconscious after the babysitter showed the kids how to snort pills with a ramen lid. Well, that's a skill set that those kids probably didn't need at their young and tender age, but this babysitter over here saw it upon themselves. You know what these kids need to know? They need to know how to snort pills using a ramen lid. And that's okay. I'm their babysitter. So I'm here to help teach them this valuable life skill about how to snort pills using ramen lids. Apparently, this is not going over well with local authorities. Let's learn more about this. A mother of 3 in Indiana says she came home and found her 3 children were unconscious after the 24-year-old babysitter had allegedly taught them how to snort pills. Well, I'm sure that was an interesting come home. You know, the mom come home from a night out, trying to get away for a minute, just trying to do something without the kids. It's like, babysitter, could you look after the kids for 1 minute? I just need to do something myself. Comes home, all my kids are unconscious. Why are my kids unconscious? Why are they all unconscious? I taught them how to snort pills. I don't think the babysitter's getting a tip, y'all. Diane Nicole Bird was taken into custody and charged with 3 counts of neglect of a dependent resulting in serious bodily injury, dealing in controlled substances with extenuating circumstances, and 1 count of theft. According to the probable cause statement with the Evansville Police Department, emergency medical services responded to the home at about 5:21 in the afternoon. It's a little bit early for the pill snorting. I thought pill snorting was more of a nighttime activity, but then again, I'm not the expert. Maybe the babysitter knows best. I have to be honest, I have never snorted a pill out of a ramen lid, so I am not the best expert to speak to about when the time is. Maybe 5:21 is the best time for snorting those pills out of the ramen lid. What do I know? But they were called at 5:21 on Wednesday to Atlas Avenue on a call regarding 3 children that need medical assistance. The caller said she just arrived home, who was watching her children who were 8, 9, and 15 and found them to be unconscious. Why are my 8, 9, and 15-year-old unconscious? Why is that a thing? The children were hospitalized and recover. Medics revived the 2 younger children. When they regained consciousness, both children were stumbling and flailing about while trying to get into the ambulance. The 15-year-old was unconscious when put into the ambulance. One of the younger children allegedly told the officer their babysitter had given them some pills. Ma'am, we taught them how to snort out of the ramen lid, but we didn't teach them how not to snitch. We didn't teach them how not to snitch. Hey, what happened, kids? What happened? Oh, no, nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing, officer. No. These officers decided to snitch. I guess we only told them 1/2 of the crack-related code. During the search of the home, authorities said they found several orange pill capsules that were broken in half near the bathroom dresser. Nearby was a white powdery substance and a rolled-up ramen noodle cup lid. The kid's mother told police she had dropped them off at Bird's house around 10:30 p.m. the previous night and told them she'd be back to pick them up at 5 p.m. So, hey, would you mind watching them for about a day? Would that be okay? She said she didn't hear from the kids or Bird all day. When she arrived at home, Bird was alone on the front porch, seemingly impaired and speaking very softly. Hey, why are you sitting out here on the front porch instead of, inside watching the kids? Where are the kids? The mother said she was nervous when she entered the home and did not hear the children. She then ran upstairs where she found the 15-year-old unconscious and then called 911. Her other 2 kids were unconscious on a couch downstairs, only get a slight response after shaking each of them. Mom is a little bit concerned over here about the state of her kids. Can't help noticing they're unconscious and barely responsive after I shake them. Mom over here would like to give some notes as it relates to the babysitting. She's going to be on Nextdoor. She's going to log about the babysitter. Did not get the baby service that I wanted. 2 stars out of 5. Would not hire again. When she confronted Bird and told her she called 911, Bird allegedly said she wasn't going to jail for no kids. Well, Bird, I have some bad news for you. I think you may be going to jail for some kids. Also, prison. So, yeah. When the 15-year-old awoke at the hospital, she told the police that Bird had offered her and her brothers pills she believed were Klonopin, Adderall, and Lyrica. Wow. That's an interesting choice of interesting blend of pills. Klonopin, Adderall, and Lyrica. Okay. Not just one of them, all of them. If you combine them, they're even better, I guess. Maybe it's like a sample platter. Like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and you get the chips. Sometimes you can get the chips with the three different dipping sauces. You get like a salsa, maybe like a green salsa, maybe like a queso. You get the three dipping sauces. Maybe that's what it is. So this is a sampler. This is an amuse-bouche papu platter I put together for you. In this container, Klonopin. In this container, Adderall. In this container, Lyrica. Sample between them. Let your delights run your nights. Maybe that's what we're doing over here. Real hospitality for you folks. Ha ha ha. She said that Bird showed up how to break open the orange popsicles and make lines with them to snort. That's very important. What sort of thing are we using to make lines? Are we using a credit card? Are we using a driver's license? Are we just using the lids themselves? How are we making these lines? Are these perfect lines? Are we teaching them like the line? Is this line-based geometry? Okay, so a line is any 2 points that are connected. Wow. Is this a geometry lesson? The 50-year-old said that Bird showed them how to snort pills using the rolled up noodle cup. She said her and her brothers took about 3 to 4 of each of the different pills they had given them. So like 12 pills. So that seems like potentially a lot of pills. Okay. So fine. The 15-year-old said that after the pills took effect, she and her brothers began falling over and could hardly stand up. Well, I wonder why, having snorted the equivalent of 12 pills, why they might be having some problems. She recalled seeing her brothers falling and that she could recall puking at one point and then coming out of the bathroom and falling again. A child services worker told the police the story from the two younger brothers matched the 15-year-old. The worker also noticed they were familiar with Bird, as DCS had previously removed all 3 of her children. Wow. So Babysitter over here was a mother, had 3 children of her own. Where are those children? Not with Bird. Why? We found her to be an unfit parent. I'm beginning to suspect the conclusion of child services that Bird is unfit is increasingly a warranted conclusion. I am skeptical many times of child services. I think that sometimes they interfere in ways that are perhaps not appropriate and perhaps not respecting parents' rights, particularly fathers, I think, in some respects. And sometimes they're petty tyrants who are doing things. But here it seems DCS's decision to remove all 3 of her prior decisions seems to be somewhat validated by later revealed information, it appears to my mind. When questioned by the police, Bird over here allegedly claimed the 3 children, one of whom she refers to as an a-hole, must have gotten into her pills on their own, saying she never gave them anything. Really? All 3 kids? All 3, your story is all 3 kids just got into your pills. Incidentally, why are they able to get into your pills? Why are you not washing them since you're a babysitter? But I digress. She added the children liked to snoop when given free rein at the home. She also denied that either of the 2 children was ever unconscious. We can't help noticing they were unconscious. At Bird's home, investigators say they found prescription bottle bills for Adderall and Klonopin. While she was being booked in the Vanderbilt County Jail, police say they found a half-filled prescription bottle for Lyrica in her purse, which had orange capsules that matched the broken ones found at home. Bird's bond is $20,000 and has been ordered to have no contact with any of the children. Wow. Thus, that brings us to the end of the story about this woman over here, who is Diane Nicole Bird, pictured here. Apparently not the woman you want to have babysit your kids. Apparently she's not very good at helping her own kids because they've been taken away from her, and now has gotten 3 other kids drugged up, intoxicated. I don't know why. And she's being held in jail, and she is going to jail for some kids. She seems like she's potentially unfit. So I would not recommend hiring this woman to be your babysitter. And that brings us to the end of discussion of this story.